everybody. How you doing? Glad that you could join us tonight. This is such a special show for me because I'm sitting here with two of the greatest legends in their fields, and I'm talking about Andy Griffith and Earl Scruggs. How are you? It's
We're
good to
both
have
fine.
you.
We're doing fine, thank you.
Well, great. This has been sort of a special weekend for you two, I understand, because this is the first time you've been together in how many years?
Over 30.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember just exactly how many, but it's been a little over 30.
But it's a real pleasure to have Andy in town with us.
Well, it always is.
Yeah, it's a thrill.
Thank you.
Biggest thrill.
How did you meet each other 30 some odd years ago?
Well, I've watched him so much on TV, I'm a little bit confused to be exact, but I remember we were doing a television show with Beverly Hillbillies in California. I forget exactly which year it was, but his studio wasn't that far away from where we were. And when I found out that he would tolerate having us come by, we took off and went over and saw him, and he was just...
I thought that they had come over to see Jim Neighbors. He was on the same lot that I was. And and Jim was an outgoing kind of fella, and so I figured that he knew him, and he had come to see him. And then there was a makeup man named Lee Greenway. He was a one. He's gone now, but he was a wonderful man. And Lee was makeup on Jim's show. He was makeup on my show too. But this was a Friday. This was a Friday, and we were rehearsing. And there they came, and I said, Lord, Lester Scruggs and Earl Flatt. and Lee Greenway came down. Now, we always kept the banjo and the guitar on the stage. And Lee could play both of them, and they didn't have an instrument. They just came in as two men.
Right.
And so we went back in the makeup area there, and we stayed together about a half hour and shared that banjo and guitar. Lee played some, and I played guitar some, and Earl and Lester and all of us played, and it was just wonderful. It was about a half hour.
Yeah.
It
That's
was wonderful.
great.
I'll never forget. I said, if my daddy could know that I was here with these two men.
Yeah, I remember Andy said, if he knew if I would call him now, he'd say, oh, you just tell me something. They're not there, or something like that.
You're kidding, right?
Anyway, he really made us feel at home.
That's
It was
great.
wonderful.
So you had a sort of a mutual admiration club going on, I guess.
Yeah.
Andy, did you pick around on the set a lot when you were taking breaks from taping the show, the Andy Griffith show?
Yeah. A lot of the tunes we did on the show, we did live. I would somewhere during the rehearsal or during the day of shooting, I would think of a place that maybe we could use a little tune, and so I'd just do it, and a lot of times it worked out. I remember Earl Hagen was our music director, and Earl begged me. He says, Andy, get your guitar tuned up to 440 in case we want to come in with the orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
440 is the concert pitch.
Right.
And I would try. I'd try to get Lee Greenway. Jesus gave me a little acting ability, but he didn't give me a good musical ear.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Not
I don't
much.
know. I want to ask both of you this because you've obviously just risen to the very top of your fields of music and acting and being celebrities worldwide. Was there anything that you would have done if you hadn't gotten into acting and music? Was there any point in your life before you became stars and really committed yourself to this career? Earl, was there anything else?
I've been the most confused guy you've ever seen in your life. I don't know. No, I grew up around the banjo and music, strictly country music, and that's all I ever wanted to do. And as soon as I was able to land a job and got into it, I went for it and never looked back.
Yeah. I was a pre-ministerial student.
In the
Moravian Church. And I went to, my major was sociology, and I hated it. And I went to see the bishop one day, and I said, Bishop, could I major in music and still be a minister? And he said no. So I prayed over it for a couple of weeks, And I went to see him, and I said, Bishop, I'm going to major in music. And he said, you'll never serve God singing light opera. And I said, I believe it can. Of course, I never sang light opera either.
Well, there you go.
but I did major in music, and never studied drama, but I've mostly made my living out of drama, but I played the guitar for years, just a little bit. If I had anything to do over again, I would never smoke on the screen. I did, and I'm so sorry of it. I would never have smoked on the screen if I had known what I know now.
Well, years ago, they
Interesting.
didn't think that much about smoking.
I know, and I didn't at that
Yeah.
time either, but, oh, it's so dangerous.
Well,
Yeah.
really, you watch the old movies, older movies, and almost everyone in those
Every
movies.
time,
was
yeah, you
smoking.
turn in on black and white, and it's smoke going everywhere.
Well, we just didn't know the dangers back
That's
then.
right.
Y'all are doing a very special thing tonight together on the Opry stage. Tell me a little bit about that. What can we expect tonight?
Well, they're going to do a tune, and then I'm going to come out, and then we're all going to do a tune.
Yeah,
Great.
that's what I'm looking forward to.
I am too.
That tune.
And then I'm going to make a special presentation to Earl.
Well, good. Well, great. We're looking
We're
forward to
both from the same state.
North
of
Carolina.
North Carolina,
Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
sure are.
Yes.
And
that. And you see, you're from Mount Airy.
I was born in Mount Airy, and I live on Roanoke Island, which is part of the Outer Banks now.
It's a beautiful part of the country.
It really is.
And how about you, Earl? What part of the state are you from?
I'm from Shelby, North Carolina. That's about 35, 40 miles west of Charlotte, between Asheville and Charlotte.
Well, you have been so sweet to sit here with us, and it's so great to see you, and we look so forward to hearing you both play tonight and sing. And
Thank you.
And God bless
It's
you.
a-
Good luck with everything in
Well,
the
thank
future.
you. It's a
Great
pleasure
to
to be
see
on
you.
with you. Yeah.
Don't go anyplace, because we'll be right back with the Wilkinsons on Opry Backstage.
Hello, friends.